Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to learn about extrahepatic biliary apparatus. The extrahepatic biliary apparatus collects the bile from the liver and it is stored in the gallbladder. And when a fatty meal is taken, this bile from the gallbladder is going to be transmitted to the second part of the duodenum. This extrahepatic biliary apparatus consists of right and left hepatic duct, common hepatic duct, cystic duct, gallbladder, and bile duct. These all five together contribute to the extrahepatic biliary apparatus. The right and left hepatic duct emerge from the right and left lobe of the liver, and they both together join to form the common hepatic duct, which is of 3 cm length. After 3 cm, the cystic duct joins with the common hepatic duct in acute angle to form the bile duct. The bile duct combines with the pancreatic duct to form ampulla of Vater or hepatopancreatic ampulla, which drains into second part of duodenum. Consider this as the porta hepatis, which is present in the inferior surface of the liver. The arrangement of structure from behind forward is the branches of hepatic artery, portal vein, then right and left hepatic duct. It is the branches of hepatic artery, so I am marking as A. It is the branch of portal vein, so I am marking as B. And it is right and left hepatic duct, that is marked as D. Let's discuss about the important part of the extrahepatic biliary apparatus, that is gallbladder. Let's see about gallbladder. The gallbladder is a pear-shaped organ and it is present in the fossa of our gallbladder, that is in the inferior surface of the liver, and the important function of the gallbladder is the reservoir of bile, that is it helps in the storage of bile. This is the inferior surface of the liver and this is porta hepatis. The gallbladder extends from the right end of the porta hepatis towards the inferior border of the liver. The fundus projects beyond the inferior border of the liver and the widest part is body and the constricted part of gallbladder is called neck. These are the three parts of gallbladder: neck, body and fundus. Let's see about the dimensions and capacity of gallbladder. The gallbladder is of 7 to 10 cm length and 3 cm breadth in its widest part, and the capacity of the gallbladder is 30 to 50 ml. Let's see about the relations of gallbladder. Separately, we will be leading with fundus, body and neck. Using this diagram, we can easily understand. Fundus anterior relation is anterior abdominal wall and posteriorly transverse colon. In this diagram, we can see that the fundus is present anterior to the transverse colon. So, the posterior relation of the fundus is transverse colon. And body anteriorly, as like fundus, it is anterior abdominal wall, and posteriorly it is transverse colon and also second part of the duodenum. We can see that the second part of the duodenum is present posterior to the body of the gallbladder. And next is neck, where there is superior and inferior relations, not like other. The superior relation of the neck is cystic vessel. That is superior to the neck, the cystic vessels are present, and inferiorly first part of the duodenum. Body have second part of the duodenum posteriorly. Therefore, the neck which is present above the body should have first part of the duodenum. Next, we are going to see about the functions of gallbladder. The most important function is storage of bile. That is, the gallbladder acts as a reservoir of bile, as we have already seen. And next is concentration of bile. The water is absorbed from the bile stored and it is concentration nearly 10 times. Next is coidoco-duodenal mechanism, which is achieved by the dilation and contraction of the gallbladder so that the pressure in the extrahepatic biliary system is maintained. Next, let's see about cystic duct. As we already know, the hepatic ducts join to form the common hepatic duct, and the cystic duct that comes from the gallbladder combines with the common hepatic duct to form the bile duct. And now the cystic duct is marked The length of the cystic duct is about 3 to 4 centimeter. This is the cystic duct. The lumen of the cystic duct have nearly 5 to 12 serially arranged concentric folds. These folds are called spiral valve of Heaster. The name it has valve, but it is not actually a true valve. It is just a concentric fold of mucous membrane. Next, let's see about bile duct. The length of the bile duct is about 8 centimeters and the diameter of the bile duct is about 6 millimeters. The bile duct is divided into four parts by the duodenum. The part above the duodenum is supraduodenal and the part behind the duodenum is retroduodenal and below the duodenum is infra and the part that goes through the duodenal wall is intraduodenal. These are the relations of each part: supraduodenal, retroduodenal, infraduodenal and intraduodenal. The supraduodenal part is related anteriorly to the liver and posteriorly to the portal vein that comes from the porta hepatis of the liver, and to the left it is related to the hepatic artery which also comes from the porta hepatis of the liver. And next is retroduodenal part, where anteriorly it is related to the first part of the duodenum because the posteriorly is the presence of the bile duct. So anteriorly it is related to the first part of the duodenum and posteriorly to the inferior vena cava, and to the left it is related to the gastroduodenal artery. And inferiorly it has anterior and posterior relations. Anteriorly it is related to the posterior surface of head of the pancreas and posteriorly it is related to the inferior vena cava. The retroduodenal part is also related posterior to inferior vena cava as infraduodenal, and intraduodenal is the course of the duct through the duodenal wall which opens through the major duodenal papillae into second part of the duodenum. Let's see about Calop's triangle. It has three boundaries and it is limited superiorly by the inferior border of the liver and then laterally by the cystic duct and then medially by the common hepatic artery which is formed by the union of right and left hepatic artery. The space between the three boundaries form the Calop's triangle. The main contents of the Calop's triangle are cystic artery and cystic lymph node. Let's see about the arterial supply of extrahepatic biliary apparatus. The main artery is the cystic artery, which is the branch of right hepatic artery. Cystic artery is the main artery that supplies the wall of the gallbladder. The right hepatic artery, which is the branch of proper hepatic artery, supplies the most part of the bile duct, and the superior pancreaticoduodenal artery, which is the branch of gastroduodenal artery, which in turn is a branch of common hepatic artery, supply the lower part of the bile duct. The main arteries are cystic artery, right branch of hepatic artery, and then superior pancreaticoduodenal artery. Let's see about the venous drainage of extrahepatic biliary apparatus. The main vein is the cystic vein which drains into the portal vein. Now let's see about the lymphatic drainage. Gallbladder, cystic duct, hepatic duct and upper part of the bile duct drains into the cystic node. But the bile duct, that is the lower part of the bile duct, drains into the lower hepatic and upper pancreaticosplenic nodes. This is the upper part and this is the lower part. Let's learn about clinical anatomy. These are some of them. First is the gallbladder stones. Stones may form in the gallbladder, that is called cholelithiasis. It is especially seen in Hartmann's pouch, which is the black backward protrusion of the neck of the gallbladder. Next is cholecystitis, which is the inflammation of gallbladder. And next is the Murphy sign, which is very important, great diagnostic value. The finger, when just placed below the costal margin at the tip of ninth costal cartilage, the patient feels a pain on inspiration. This is referred to as Murphy's sign. And next is biliary obstruction that can be intrahepatic or extrahepatic. This can be caused due to cancer of the head of the pancreas that compresses the bile duct or due to gallstones. Like, share and comment my video. Do not forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.